And tonight on our Great American panel, he is a former Republican California congressman, author of Victory in Iraq. Duncan Hunter is here. He's a Democratic strategist, friend of Chuck Schumer. He's worked with Chuck for a long time. Chris Hahn is back. She's a columnist for the Sun Sentinel. Republican strategist Noel Nickpour is also here. I got to be honest, this pat down, groin grabbing, breast fondling, touching, this naked scanner thing, can I be any more descriptive?
Whoa, tell me how you really feel.
It is so unnecessary, it's infuriating.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, if you go through the scanner, where do those pictures end up? When you take an image of something, where does that image end up? Think about it. Let's just say someone famous.
They say they erased them, but we know they kept them in Florida.
Yeah. But how much does a TSA worker make? What, $15 an hour now that they're unionized? How much do they make? Think about it. They can sell this to some tabloid magazine and make a little something. Think about that.
Well,
think about the positions that they're put in to see celebrities or people, someone that works for Fox or someone that works
all
for...
I can say is
somebody works for... I can't wait for... Listen, all I can say is the odds are it's not going to be me. They're going to want a picture of it. I've seen what's there, and, my fat stomach, so forget it. You're not going to want to see that.
Well, I'm staying home this year. I don't want to be subjected to anything. But, what they say, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And although they could use a lot of common sense in who they pat down and who they give extra scrutiny to, we have to remember that al-Qaeda has improvised in the past, and they've used people that we wouldn't suspect in the past.
I'm glad you brought that up, because why can't we just privatize this? This is something that needs to be held in the hands of professional people. Why do we not privatize? What is the TSA
whose hands it in?
Government is so inefficient in handling anything. Government can't handle anything.
You're lecturing us on security, but you're the same Democrats that want Miranda rights for enemy combatants. You're the same Democrats that won't control our borders.
Well, I do believe...
Excuse me.
I believe in justice. I believe in our Constitution.
You do have to have a way to detect explosive. That's the key.
No one's against that.
You got to detect enough explosive, the kind of explosive that could rupture.
How about dogs?
The whole of it. I'm sure there's ways they can do this, but there's a little bit. I think it's done very unprofessionally. What we've seen, the horror stories of bad stuff. You got to remember, while we're sitting here, there's people fighting in Afghanistan right now. Some of those young guys in Helmand Province will be dead in 20 days because there's heavy firefights going on. We're Americans, and we're asked to endure some inconveniences. I agree there's been extreme cases. We're seeing the rough edge of this program with unprofessionalism. There's got to be a way to be able to detect explosive, and we should do that.
Why don't we do what Israel does first? Right. If we do that...
You got to profile, folks. I agree with you.
Well, but liberals don't do that. Liberals say it's a violation of the...
Once you pick out the profiling... I support using common sense. If you have an idea of who's coming through, you have to do that. You have to understand that once we start profiling one type of person, other types of people are going to be recruited to do the crime.
A 19-year-old Yemeni exchange student versus a nun in the order for 50 years who's lived in one convent. Who do you want?
How do we...
Stop. Would you support profiling the Yemeni exchange student?
Who am I? If I am the TSA agent, who am I going to pick out? I'm not picking out the nun.
You never answered the question directly.
You never answer the question. I'm asking, would you support profiling a 19-year-old Yemeni exchange student?
I don't support profiling unless you have an idea who's coming through. Now, if you have evidence that a Yemeni student's coming through...
You want to take away the rights of grandma... If you have evidence... You want to take away the rights of every American citizen whose children now have to go through the indignity of having their crotches grabbed, but you don't want to look at it...
You know why? I don't think children should have to have their crotches grabbed. The reason why you're so upset is because TSA is more concerned with political correctness and protecting the workers that are in their union than doing the right thing and using common sense.
Let's go back to you.
Well, I look at what we do at the border with respect to profiling. You have customs agents. When those cars drive up, may have drugs, may have illegal aliens in the cars, any type of contraband, the agents look at the driver and they figure it out. They figure out whether or not that guy fits a profile of someone who's moving this stuff through. And they also look at their mannerisms. They do not have to answer to anybody, and they catch a lot of people. That is the discretion that we should vest in the people that watch people getting on planes.
Well, first of all, have they been trained properly?
Obviously, these guys haven't. I mean, a lot of the people that have done this have gone far beyond their instructions.
But the procedure says you've got to do it. You go, front hand, back hand, and you go down the front of a woman's chest. You see the pictures.
There's got to be ways. There's got to be ways to do this to detect explosive without doing that. What about people who don't want
their naked body seen by a stranger?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know what? They could digitalize the.
Why don't they do it? Why
they should be able to do that. Well, they should, because it's a bureaucracy, and you're going to see a lot of problems. But on the other hand,
what about special treatment for government officials?
I can't wait to see pictures of your buddy Chuck Schumer when he goes. No, not pictures. By the way, I take that back.
I want to see naked. Let's get this straight. You want to see naked pictures of Chuck Schumer?
I want to see.
For the record, America,
I want to see pictures.
Sean Hannity wants to see pictures of Chuck Schumer naked.
Chuck.
I don't support that.
I want to see pictures of Chuck Schumer being patted down, and then let's see him support this.
Right. But did you see where the government, some federal officials are not?
Can't wait till Nancy Pelosi has to give up her government.
You want to see pictures of Nancy Pelosi
being patted down?
God,
yes, I do.
Actually, yeah. Why shouldn't she go through the same treatment that you and I are?
How about every time Barack Obama gets on, Air Force One?
Be an American. Be a patriot. Why not?
Well, you pat down pilots. They made a woman with breast cancer, a 32-year-old flight attendant, take off her prosthetic breast. Yeah. For crying out loud, should we have patted her down?
And they shouldn't have. And you know what? Obviously, the process needs to be improved. Things need to be worked out.
The government.
But remember, Benjamin Franklin said, those who sacrifice liberty for security deserve neither. So maybe we need to fix this whole process.
More of the great, great, great American panel.